If we look to the answer as for why for so many years we achieved so much, prospered as no other people on earth, it was because here in this land we unleashed the energy and individual genius of man to a greater extent than has ever been done before. Freedom and the dignity of the individual have been more available and assured here than in any other place on earth. The price for this freedom at times have been high, but we were never unwilling to pay that price. We have every right to dream heroic dreams. Those who say that we're in a time where there are no heroes, they just don't know where to look. You can see heroes every day going in and out of factory gates. Others, a handful in number, produce enough food to feed all of us and then the world beyond. You meet heroes across a counter and they're on both sides of that counter. There are entrepreneurs with faith in themselves and faith in an idea who create new jobs, new wealth, and opportunity. There are individuals and families whose taxes support the government and whose voluntary gifts support church, charity, culture, art, and education. Their patriotism is quiet but deep, and their values sustain our national life. We shall reflect the compassion that is so much a part of your makeup. How can we love our country and not love our countrymen? And loving them, reach out a hand when they fall, heal them when they are sick, and provide opportunity to make them self-sufficient so that they will be equal in fact and not just in theory. Well, I believe we, the Americans of today, are ready to act worthy of ourselves, ready to do what needs to be done in order to ensure the happiness and liberty for ourselves, our children, and our children's children. As we renew ourselves here in our own land, we will be seen as having greater strength throughout the world. We will again be the example of freedom and beacon of hope to those who do not now have freedom. To those neighbors and allies who share our freedom, we will strengthen our historic ties and ensure them of our support and firm commitment. We will match loyalty with loyalty. We will strive for mutually beneficial relations. We will not use our friendship to impose on their sovereignty, for our own sovereignty is not for sale. As for the enemies of freedom, those who are potential adversaries, they will be reminded that peace is the highest aspiration of the American people. We will negotiate for it, sacrifice for it. We will never surrender for it, now or ever. Our forbearance should not be misunderstood. Our reluctance to conflict should not be misjudged as a failure of will. When action is required to preserve our national security, we will act. We will maintain sufficient strength to prevail if need be, knowing that if we do so, we have the best chance of not having to use that strength. Above all, we must realize that no arsenal or no weapons in the arsenal of the world is so formidable as the will and moral courage of free men and women. It is a weapon our adversaries in today's world do not have. It is a weapon we as Americans do have. Let that be understood by those who practice terrorism and prey upon the native groups. I'm told that tens of thousands of prayer meetings are being held this day, and for that I am deeply grateful. We are a nation under God, and I believe God intended for us to be free. It would be fitting and good, I think, that on each inaugural day in future years, it should be declared a day of prayer. This is the first time in our history that this ceremony has been held, as you've been told, on this west front of the Capitol. Standing here, one faces a magnificent fiesta, opening up on the city's special beauty and history. At the end of this open wall are those shrines to the giants on whose shoulders we stand. Directly in front of me, the monument to a monumental man, George Washington, father of our country, a man of humility who came into greatness relatively, a man of he led America out of revolutionary victory and into infant nationhood. Off to one side, the stately memorial to Thomas Jefferson, the Declaration of Independence flames with his eloquence, and then, beyond the reflecting pool, the dignified columns of the Lincoln Memorial. Whoever would understand in his heart the meaning of America will find it in the life of Abraham Lincoln. Beyond those monuments to heroism is the Potomac River, and on its far shore, the sloping hills of Arlington National Cemetery, with its row upon row of simple white markers bearing crosses or stars of David. They add up to only a tiny fraction of the price that has been paid for our freedom. Each one of those markers is a monument to the kind of hero I spoke of earlier. Their lives ended in places called Belleau Wood, the Argonne, Omaha Beach, Salerno, and halfway around the world on Guadalcanal, Tarawa, Port Chapel, the Chosin Reservoir, and in 100 rice paddies and jungles of a place called Vietnam. Under one such marker lies a young man, Martin Treptow. He left his job in the small town barbershop in 1917 to go to France with the famed Rainbow Division. There on the Western Front, he was killed trying to carry a message between battalions under heavy artillery fire. We're told that on his body was found a diary. On the flyleaf, under the heading My Pledge, he had written these words: America must win this war. Therefore I will work, I will save, I will sacrifice. I will endure, I will fight cheerfully, and do my utmost, as if the issue of the whole struggle depended on me alone. The crisis we're facing today does not require the kind of sacrifice that Martin Treptow and so many thousands of others were called upon to make. It does require, however, our best effort and willingness to believe in ourselves and to believe in our capacity to perform great deeds, to believe that together, with God's help, we can and will resolve the problems that now confront us. And after all, why shouldn't we believe that? We are Americans. God bless you and thank you.